One more thing, feedback. sounds like the boys are back.
Give a cheer for your hero survival.
Olé!
To terrible peril and risk. With our smiles and my wide on arrival, showing business has been brisk. We just thought of the sport, not the danger, for our duty was beautifully clear, and abandoned to man who's a stranger to the feeling known as fear. It'd queer his whole career. Safely hidden, we stoically waited. When the carriage appeared, we emerged, and with breath most heroically baited, on our prey we all bravely converged. Then we shouted, "Hand over your money!" Pulled the door of the carriage ajar, and the girl inside thought it was funny, but it startled her papa, and he dropped his Havana cigar. We took all that got, then off we shot, and here we are. Men of El Rancho Grande, arise like hell and get brandy. The swell, sweet as candy, splendid hell, Rancho Grande. Who's the sexiest Mexican bandit? Why, the one and only Ramon. When you pay for a raid, who was planned it? Why, the grandest planned and known. Though the foreigners don't understand it, and dictators their hatred have shown, the peon to Ramon has to hand it. For my prowess now is known, and I'll never ride alone. Though I might come a cropper tomorrow, I must try to live up to my name. The victorious, glorious sorrow, and it's plainly a dangerous game. And the gory, notorious sorrow, the most vigorous brigand we've known. And I'll beg or I'll steal or I'll borrow, for injustice to atone. So my trumpet must be blown. I'm your own Ramon, your one and only home. Ramon, he's the Ramon, she's Ramon. I'm your home, you're a Ramon. Aha! Here, Mama! A fat wallet to cover the week's housekeeping.
Will you never learn? Your orders were to take the luggage. Just the luggage.
The great Zorro does not always obey orders.
Zorro, the menace to shatter terrorises every traveler in the territory.
Who stalks beside them in the twilight, who leap from the darkness onto his unsuspecting prey. Who never dreamed it was really our brave, charming Ramon who has outwitted them for years.
I think it's very funny.
You must be proud of your brave son, Mama.
He's a reckless young fool. This wallet holds less than 1,000 American dollars.
But that's a small fortune.
It could be a big misfortune. For a measly $1,000, you let the travelers hear your voice, see you at close range, know what you're wearing.
Our brave Ramon has no fear.
Your brave Ramon has no sense. His orders were to take the luggage. Zorro?
Mendoza. This whole raid was Mendoza's idea.
That clown, he's nothing but a mad revolutionary.
Maybe not as mad as you think. These Americanos are here to deliver $1 million to El Presidente. That is why you were to take the luggage. Did you imagine he had $1 million in his wallet?
Don't worry, Mama. We took the suitcases as well.
What does Mendoza want with so much money? To finance his revolution against our tyrant dictator, of course.
And with money intended for El Presidente himself, what's more?
The most cunning plan.
So, where's the luggage?
It's coming. Loaded on a mule. Pablo and Pepe are in charge of it.
Pablo and Pepe? Those two? It would have been better to put the mule in charge of them.
You let Pablo and Pepe take charge of $1 million?
Of course. Two simple souls leading a weary old pack mule. What better way to escape the attention of any prying policeman?
Pablo, Pepe. A mule and $1 million? I'd like to see that.
Let's go and meet them.
No! You can go, Lola, Casilda, Carmelita, and Loretta. The rest of you go about your business. We mustn't draw attention to their arrival, because the police have spies everywhere. Oh, now, Mama, you mustn't be cross with me. We were all masked and there was no danger.
There is always danger. Oh, my son, how I worry for you when you're away on your expeditions. I see a ghost in every shadow.
My father's. It's been a long time now, Mama. You've got to try and forget.
How can I forget? The dust from your horse's hooves had hardly begun to settle before I had a very clear reminder. The chief of police was here.
Lopez?
Yes, Lopez. The man who tracked your father down 10 years ago.
And shot him in the back as he prayed. One day I'll kill Lopez. What did he come for, Mama?
To ask questions. Always more questions.
He can prove nothing. Did he come alone?
Sergeant Bernardo was with him.
Bernardo.
Now, Ramon, you mustn't underestimate your enemies. That was your father's mistake, in the end. But he was cunning where you were rash. He was brave where you were simply impudent.
Oh, Mama.
I only worry because I love you, my son.
I know. How did you get rid of the police?
I left that to Raquelita.
Raquelita.
She offered to ride a little of the way with them. You know, Lopez is fond of Raquelita.
Another reason why I've got to kill him.
Now, don't be foolish. You know Raquelita has eyes for no one but you. She only wanted to make sure they'd be away before he got home from the raid.
You better be right, Mama.
Come on, you stubborn brute. Keep moving, can't you?
There's Pablo with the mule. Hey, check for yourself that all's well. I've got to see my men are being cared for.
Well done, Pablo. You can make it. One more pull.
Heave-a-ho. Get up there. Come and get these nice carrots, you brainless creature. Why does Zora always give me the most difficult job to do?
Come on, my little beauty.
Not far to go now.
Here we are, Mama. All safely delivered, just as Zora ordered.
Where's the mule?
Here it is. No, it isn't. Well, Pepe, where's the mule?
Well, you see, Pablo, you remember when Casilda came to meet you and you started to tell her about our raid?
I might have mentioned it.
Mentioned it. I couldn't stop you boasting that Zora leaves all the most dangerous work to you.
I seem to recall you saying Ramon trusts you with his life.
Never mind about that now. Pepe, what happened to the mule?
Well, you see, Pablo, I started to unload her and I put one case here, one case here, one case here, and
And when he had his hands full, I undid the mule's rope, tied it around him, just to help him along.
It didn't help much. And you were too busy patting yourself on the back to even notice.
That's enough from you girls. Into the house and see that the men have enough food.
Enjoy your carrots, little mule.
You must tell me more sometime, hero.
Don't just stand there. Put the cases down. Not on my toe, you idiot. Anywhere but on my toe. Anywhere?
Here, have a care. There's a fortune in one of these cases. Bring the handbag into the house, and for goodness sake, get that rope untangled.
Yeah, I'll help you. What? Pablo, what are you doing, Pepe? Ow!
thank you very much, Pablo.
Excuse me, but am I supposed to stay roped up for the rest of the day?
Oh, I'm sorry. How did that happen?
However, do any of these things happen when you're around? Jesus. Now take my mother handbag.
Handbag?
Handbag. It's around your neck, where I'd like to be.
Oh,
Why don't you try bringing it around to the front?
the front, huh?
For goodness sakes. Now get that rope coiled and hurry up.
Is everything okay?
No. Everything is not okay. Honestly, I don't know why I bother with you. When you're not causing me grievous bodily harm, you're embarrassing me.
When have I embarrassed you?
Oh, you do it all the time. Take this morning. There we are, a band of desperados holding up a car at pistol point. Above his mask, the steely eyes of our fearsome bandit chief.
El Zorro!
L? Why the L?
Why the L? What?
The steely eyes of our fearsome bandit chief Zorro gaze ruthlessly down on those 3 trembling Americanos. He shouts to you, "Get those bags off the car." And what do you do?
I get the bags off the car.
And did you have to say, "Oh, excuse me, please. Lovely day, isn't it?"
Manners, Pablo. I was being polite.
Bandits aren't supposed to be polite. They're supposed to be nasty. Horrible.
I don't feel nasty.
Oh, you must try, just for me. Every morning when you wake up, you must say to yourself, "I am diabolically wicked." Go on, try it.
I am diabolically wicked.
I am a mean, desperate villain.
I am a mean, desperate villain.
Give me patience.
Give me patience.
Shut up. Can't you even look a bit frightening? Go on. Make a really vicious face. Feel savage. Try a snarl. That wouldn't frighten my maiden aunt on a dark night.
I'm rather glad about that, Pablo. I quite like your aunt.
Hey there. Is this the luggage for Mama?
Here they are.
All right. We'll manage for ourselves.
Hey. Come here. Do you realize what you are doing with those cases? Hurling them. Positively hurling them. Don't you know the first rule of the Mexican Baggage Man's Union? Take it easy.
You're quite right, Pablo. I must try to remember.
Here in Mexico, it's far too hot to hurry, so we take it slow. And if the job's a worry, we just let it go and put it off until mañana. In the blazing sun, to have a lot to do is not a lot of fun.
And so we often stop as soon as we've begun.
With luck it might get done mañana. Some men we meet don't succumb to the heat. They seem to like always being on parade.
We start to steam and to dream of ice cream and go on strike when it's 90 in the shade.
Once the sun has set, you'd be amazed how energetic we can get. Let one muchacha quicker wicked cast a net. We're cha-cha-chaing till mañana.
Let them play a tune. There'll be no stopping us tonight beneath the moon.
The very thought of it beneath the sun at noon will make us swoon when it's mañana. Some men we meet are so dumb that they'll sweat beneath the sky, all ablaze and never fuss.
We have a rule about keeping our cool. Those ultraviolet rays are not for us.
But once the sun has set, you'd be amazed how energetic we can get. Let one muchacha click a wicked cast a net. We're cha-cha-cha until mañana.
Let them play a tune. There'll be no stopping us tonight beneath the moon.
The very thought of it beneath the sun at noon will make us swoon, and it's mañana. Cha time is guitar time. Cha time for bits in a bar. We're cha until mañana.
Lola? What are you doing here?
It's too hot inside. You are searching through all the cases.
So you thought you'd search through the handbag?
No one was bothering with it. I didn't mean any harm.
You were seeing what you could keep for yourself, weren't you?
No. Who's this?
Tracolita, I expect.
Oh no, it's Lopez back again.
Lopez? Ramon! Ramon! Quick, girl. Take the handbag into the house and tell the others to get the luggage out of sight.
What is it, Mama?
It's Lopez.
Lopez? But I thought Racolita had...
You thought Racolita would take me well away from the ranch before you returned from wherever you've been.
Oh, I don't understand.
Of course not. But you see, I found the senorita altogether too anxious to be rid of me. When she took the route, which could be the long way back here, I decided to return here quickly. The short way. Where have you been, Ramon?
Minding my own business?
Oh, your own business. A broken down guest ranch that can never attract a guest who can pay for his keep. Thronged night and day with petty crooks. Where does your money come from, Mama?
Money? We barely have enough to live on.
That does not answer my question. Your money, Ramon. Do you earn it the way your father earned his?
Ramon!
Oh, come on, Lopez. Do you really need a gun? I'm unarmed, as you see.
I do not brawl with peasants. I am an officer of the law.
And a murderer!
A harsh word for a man who only does his duty.
Exceeding his duty, surely. 10 years ago tomorrow?
Ah, yes. Tomorrow, the Aztec ceremony. You will be attending, of course. It is an anniversary, is it not?
You dare remind me of that?
10 years since I ended the career of a certain bandit.
One day, Lopez.
Take care, Ramon, that tomorrow isn't your turn.
Capitan! Senor Lopez!
Ah, my sergeant. I ordered him to report back here. It's suitable, don't you think, that a rendezvous for petty criminals should also be a meeting place of officers of the law once in a while.
We are tired of your insinuations, senor.
Oh, Capitan, I've most astonishing news report. Oh, sir.
Do astonish me, Sergeant.
Well, I took the trail you suggested, but before I could get back to the police station...
You came across the victims of a robbery. A car had been held up, perhaps.
How did you know?
A lucky guess.
Ramon missing all morning, Racolita so anxious to see me clear before his return. A robbery was a logical deduction.
Deduction?
An important feature of police work. Who were the victims?
Can't you deduct again?
Sergeant!
An American senator, his daughter, and his niece, sir, were apprehended by bandits. Well, their luggage was taken and their money as well. Sir!
Luggage? That's something new. Oh, you're planning on setting up in the second-hand clothes business, Mama?
Search the rancho if you wish.
I intend to, believe me. What steps have you taken, Sergeant?
I used my initiative, sir.
May the saints preserve me.
Well, the travellers looked mighty shaken up after their experience, so I suggested they rest up for the night at the nearest guest house. The car should be on its way here now.
Well done, Sergeant.
They're coming here.
Does that alarm you, Ramon?
Why should it alarm me?
Why should it indeed? This is a guest ranch, is it not? Sergeant, return back to the station at once and come here with every officer you can lay hands on. We're going to search El Rancho Grande inch by inch.
I'm afraid there won't be anyone on duty at the station, sir.
What?
There'll be a band practice.
Band practice. Dear saints in heaven, I must be the only police officer in all of Mexico entirely surrounded by musicians.
That is magnificent, Lieutenant. They often pass by the rancho here as they play. The sound of a police band is so reassuring.
Police band. I need officers who can shoot quicker and straighter than their enemies. And they send me euphonium players. Very well, Sergeant. Begin the search yourself. You're looking for luggage that might have originated in America.
Sir?
You've got authority to search, of course.
Of course. The authority of El Presidente himself, who appointed me Chief of Police for this lawless territory.
Ramon! Mama!
Get on with it, Sergeant. You have more guests. Such a busy day for your guest house. And unless I'm mistaken, that would be, of course, the lovely Senorita Racolita.
Logical deduction, an important feature of police work. Ramon!
And so we meet again, Senorita.
Ramon, you were safe.
Of course, darling.
Of course, darling. But why shouldn't he be safe? is running a guest house so dangerous an occupation, you will be interested to hear that a car had been held up and robbed of its contents. And at this moment, my sergeant is searching the ranch house very carefully.
I'm sure you're anxious to help him, Capitan. But first, perhaps a glass of wine?
Thank you, madam. But I am on duty. Constantly on duty.
Don't worry. You won't find anything. The holdup?
Everything went well, but Bernardo found the car. He directed the driver to bring it here, passengers and all.
It's coming here? Oh no.
Lopez thinks he has me trapped. He almost smiled at Bernardo.
That man frightens me so. I swear I said nothing to make him suspicious.
Oh, of course not, my sweet. You know I trust you.
Living the life you do, sometimes I wonder if you trust anybody but yourself.
But Raquelita, you are my whole life.
Pretty, but not true. You live your life for adventures. The danger and excitement of your double life mean more to you than I could ever do.
Be patient, darling. Just a little longer. Very soon, I promise you, Zora will vanish from the scene. Then I'll take over the rancho. We can get married.
If you only knew how I long for that day.
So do I, Raquelita. But just for the moment, I've got work to do. It's just the way it is.
And if that's the way it is, I guess I'll just have to make the best of it, won't I? I've given my love to you. All life may bring, we will share.
I know that my love is true. Still I keep saying a prayer forever. May your nearness enchant me, for you only can grant me joy beyond all compare. Love, stay in my heart. Oh, how lonely my poor heart will be. I know from the start there was only one sweetheart for me. Love, don't fly away. Promise, promise you'll never depart. I pray every day, please forever love stay in my heart.
Every dream is a heavenly dream of romance.
Each waking moment can seem filled with song and the thrill of a dance. How joyous my life would be, one long moonlight and tonight with friends. Please, fortune, smile up on me.
Let me never in love remain. Dear love, stay in my heart. For how lonely my poor heart will be. I've known from the start there was only one sweetheart for me. Love, don't fly away. asking to see you. I think you'd better go to him.
He hasn't found anything, has he?
Of course not. The luggage is secure. But we had time to search it. There was nothing.
So Mendoza's $1 million doesn't exist after all.
Not in the luggage, certainly.
Secret compartment, perhaps. A false panel in one of the cases?
My dear, I was an expert on false panels before you were born. Take it from me. These Americanos didn't have an inch of a treasure trove between them.
And yet Mendoza was so sure.
Ramon! Come here.
You'd better hurry.
Mama, please persuade Ramon not to go to the temple ruins tomorrow.
He has never missed a sun god ceremony before. Even as a child, the very first year after his
I know.
father.
He still insisted on going to prove he was a man. But what will he prove this year? That he can die as pointlessly as his father did?
Raquelita!
I just know there is something wrong this year. I feel it here.
I understand, my child, but we mustn't let Lopez frighten us.
I don't know what to do.
The car.
And the passengers.
Don't worry. Ramon will bluff them.
This is his mama. The car is here. I heard it.
Very sharp of you, Pablo.
Come on, Pepe. We're supposed to be the porters here, aren't we?
Well, we're not too busy being bandits.
Pepe!
Now pull yourself together and come and give the guests a hand. But
I know who it is! There won't be any luggage support, but you can go give them a welcome just the same.
Welcome to Welcome to El Rancho Grande, senor.
El Rancho Grande. Grande? That nutty driver said that was for the place, but I didn't believe him.
welcome, senoritas. May we take your cases?
No, Pablo, you can't do that. No. Don't you remember? We stole the
Welcome to El Rancho Grande, senor. We heard you've been through something of a misfortune.
That's putting it a bit mildly, don't you think? Ma'am, I am Senator Theodore K. Vanders from Washington, D.C., and I have been robbed. That's what. I have been subjected to the most infernal outrage, the most diabolical bit of villainy.
We were held up at gunpoint. It was so scary. I thought it was rather exciting and romantic myself.
Romantic?
Well, don't carry on at these good people. It's not their fault, you know.
Oh, no.
It's their country, isn't it? And what sort of country, for Pete's sake, sends American citizens bouncing about their territory in a flea-ridden buggy and can't even protect them from cutthroats?
No doubt you were being bounced about too, senorita.
I was. And I think I'll have the bruises to prove it.
Land's sake, Lucille, bruises get better. We've been held up, remember, by a gang of hoodlums, highway robbery in broad daylight. Except you couldn't call that cart track a highway.
Fortunately for you, 2 police officers are here at the rancho at this very moment. Pablo, Pepe, tell Sergeant Bernardo that the senator's here.
Oh, we've already met the sergeant. Didn't help any either. Is it really that hard to find hotel staff around here? This country, Lucille, is a shambles.
My son and I run this rancho as best as we can. We hope our hospitality will be some consolation for your unfortunate...
Outrage is the word, ma'am. Outrage.
This is my son's fiancée, Raquelita.
Pleased to meet you, my daughter Lucille and my niece Alicia.
Ah, Senator, ladies, you've arrived. Welcome to El Rancho Grande.
Well, that's what everyone keeps saying, gold on it. The sooner I'm out of this place, the better. I just have to get to Puebla.
I'm afraid that's out of the question, senor. While investigations are in progress, Capitan Lopez will inform you when you have his permission to leave.
His permission?
In these parts, senor, there's not much you can do without the permission of Capitan Lopez. Oh, and Raquelita, he was asking to talk to you.
To me?
He wanted to ask you something about the Aztec ceremony tomorrow.
Oh no.
Run along, child. There is nothing to fear.
Now, sir, how can we help make you comfortable during your stay?
Comfortable in this benighted country?
My father is a city man, Sergeant.
I'm afraid the wide open spaces don't appeal.
What worries me more is the wide open space where my wallet used to be. No money, no luggage, no valuables. Believe me, John, there is nothing a man hates more than losing his belongings. My watch and my rings, my personal things, a suitcase and two valises. A man's self-assurance decreases when he's minus his bits and pieces.
Oh, what a shame. Oh, what a pity.
It's really too bad and I get so mad.
What a shock I've had. What a pity.
What horrid young hoods to pinch all your goods and then run away not caring. You've just got the clothes you are wearing, only what you're still standing there in.
Oh, what a shame. Oh, what a pity.
It's really too bad, we feel awful sad.
What a shock I've had. What a pity. I long to arrest this menace, this pest, and proudly to jail escort him. For ages it seems I have sought him, but as yet, damn it, haven't caught him. Oh, what a shame. Oh, what a pity. It's really too bad and I get so mad. What bad luck you've had. What a pity.
I know to my cost the chance I have lost, for once a young man waylaid me, and then no attention he paid me. Just imagine how pleased that made me.
Oh, what a shame. Oh, what a pity.
It was quite a blow when he let me go. I just didn't know to stay pretty.
Oh, what a shame. Oh, what a pity. No wonder you're mad, 'cause it was so bad. What a shock we've had. What a pity.
Ah, the car has arrived, I take it.
We sure didn't walk.
Senator, this is Capitan Lopez, the Chief of Police.
The chief? Well, perhaps we can finally get some action around here. Lopez, I am Theodore K. Vanders from Washington, D.C. Senator Vanders, you understand. And so far, I have a pretty poor impression of your law-keeping around here.
Our country is passing through difficult times, Senor.
Passing through, never seems to reach the other side.
It will, Senator. It will.
Senator, my son Ramon. Senator, Miss Alicia, Miss Lucille.
A pleasure. Senor, senoritas, and...
I know. Welcome to El Rancho Grande.
Well, I must see that your rooms are prepared. I'll send the porters to you.
Thank you, ma'am. We've got nothing to port.
Miss Vanders, my sergeant tells me that the bandit who robbed you came close to you. Did he speak to you?
He did.
Well, then I suggest you keep your eyes and ears open during your stay here. It may well be your memory may be stirred by a voice or a gesture even. Anything you can report to me, even just a suspicion, may prove invaluable.
I'll try.
I shall have questions to ask you too, Senor. Only once you're well rested. Be warned, Ramon. I will be returning, and perhaps my next visit will find you less prepared.
Hasta la vista.
Follow me, Sergeant. I want a word with you.
That's your chief? You have my sympathy.
This territory needs a man who's tough at the top, Senorita. And he's tougher at the top than any man I know.
He can't be too tough for my mood.
I know how you feel, Senor, to encounter a dangerous bandit like Zorro.
Zorro?
Was he the man who robbed us?
Must have been Zorro. Great hulk of a man with a mask. The bullying type. Coarse, ruthless.
That's him, all right.
He was ruthless, holding up Americans.
Sergeant!
Coming, sir, coming.
I didn't see the bandit that way, Pop. He was gentle and had a very nice speaking voice, as if he regretted what he had to do. And his eyes over the mask were magic.
You mean you found him attractive?
I would certainly understand a woman falling in love with him.
Senor, senoritas, your rooms are prepared.
Oh, thank goodness, I really need a rest.
May we take your luggage? Oh, we can't, can we?
Donna, we haven't a thing except what we stand up in.
Yeah. And how will you sleep tonight without your nightie?
Please forgive him, senorita. There are times when I think,
Yeah. And there are times when I think.
but not very often. Senator, your room is this way. Will you please?
Pepe, if you really want to know how I shall sleep tonight, without my nightie,
Lucille.
the answer is very well, thank you.
Are you coming, Lucille?
In a moment, Pop.
Well, hurry it up. I'm short of money, short of luggage, and short of patience. I am going to have a long lie down.
You must be weary too, Senorita. Could I offer you some refreshment?
There's no hurry. I'd rather stay out here and talk to you. Your fiancée, Raquelita, isn't it?
Yep.
Pretty name. She seemed upset when Captain Lopez sent for her.
Well, an interview with the chief of police is seldom pleasant in this part of the world.
Seemed to me it was something the sergeant said about an Aztec ceremony that upset her. Just what is that all about?
Once a year we revive this ancient Aztec rite in the ruined temple of the sun gods in the hills not far from here. The girls all wear colourful costumes and we perform a very solemn ritual.
And then all go get drunk, I suppose.
Something like that?
It sounds fascinating. Why should it upset Raquelita? She should be looking forward to it. I hope I'm here long enough to attend.
It was during the ceremony, about 10 years ago, that my father was shot.
Shot? How?
A certain police officer suspected him of being a bandit, believed he was using the ceremony to contact his gang. And the officer was watching from the shadows of the ruined temple. And he was convinced that every time my father went near another worshipper, money was changing hands.
But surely he didn't just shoot him down on suspicion.
At the climax of the ceremony, my father was kneeling with the others. He reached into his pocket, maybe for a handkerchief to wipe his brow. Who knows? A shot rang out, and my father fell dead.
How dreadful.
And afterwards, the officer even said he'd seen my father reach for his gun. But he wasn't even armed, and why would he be at a religious ceremony?
Oh, Ramon, you were there? You saw it happen?
I was only a boy, but the memory will never leave me. I swore that one day I'd be revenged on that policeman.
Lopez?
Yes, our current chief of police.
So you took over the role of Zorro that your father had played before you?
What makes you say that?
Do you imagine I could ever forget the eyes that burned at me over Zorro's mask? Or ever mistake them?
Lopez already suspects me. Do you intend to confirm his suspicions?
You gave me a moment of romance, the most exciting moment of my life. Would I reward you by betraying you?
Thank you, Senorita.
Lucille.
Thank you, Lucille.
And now I claim my reward.
Your reward?
Just one kiss from the hard, cruel lips of El Zorro.
So, Raquelita will hear about this.
Lola! I can explain.
No, you can't. Not to me. For years, Ramon, I have been in love with you. but knowing that you belong to Racolita, one of your own people. I have held back my tears and said nothing. And now I find your kisses belong to any cheap little Americana bitch who happens along.
Oh, Lola!
Why, you nasty-minded little cat!
I warn you, cats can scratch.
And bitches can bite!
Ah, Senorita. Getting on all right with everybody. That's good.
Bernardo, where is Capitan Lopez?
He has just left, Senorita.
Oh, Lola, you wouldn't dare.
Wouldn't I? Where was he last headed?
To the station, but he'll be back soon, I expect.
That may be too late. Too late for everyone!
Excuse me, Senorita. Lola! Lola!
What's all this shouting about?
For some reason, Lola wanted to find Lopez urgently.
Lola? That girl's been acting very strangely lately.
It must be the Latin temperament.
I'm surprised you're not more used to it, Mama.
It is certainly a change to have someone as placid as you, Senorita. You don't seem the least bit upset by your adventure.
Upset? I've never enjoyed a day so much in my life. It could have all sorts of possibilities.
It has been exciting, I must admit. But what about losing all your clothes and things?
Yes, and all your money? Plenty more where that came from.
Oh, let's go shopping when we get home.
It'll be fun getting new things.
But very expensive?
Pop won't even notice.
All the same, a crime's been committed, and it's up to the police to hand...
No, leave no stone unturned. Quite right, Bernardo. And I'm sure that in no time at all you'll be out there, turning every stone like mad.
That's right, in no time at all. My men are due here any moment, Senorita, and then I go on patrol. According to regulations, I must await my escort. Ah, I hear them now. Policeman play can make a policeman's day. He bids him do all he can, try and get his man. The bolder the march refrain, the more can ease the strain of working without a stop. To be a tip-top cop, a truly noble sound. Trombones and cornets and a big euphonium. How do men march around beneath an E-flaves and ruddy great big drum? Just give us a martial tune to wear innocent immune. We count from the beat, keep us on our feet, despite feeling frightfully warm in tight-fitting uniform. We still say the job is grand, as long as there's a band. So if you've lots of nerve and resource, why don't you prove it and serve in the cause? Then you could face up with laudable bravery to every case of disorder and knavery. Though this job has discomforts galore, we think it probable some may have more. So when the band starts to play its command, we obey. And in grand array, we march away. Like music, a lady's smile can start off a day in style, enlivening like a shot. A young policeman's lot, the touch of a fingertip, a kiss from a ruby lip, then either to do or die. I'll have a damn good try on my ideal day, when I am setting off to answer duty's call.
our finest band will play, while someone says goodbye in quite the nicest way. If ever the dream comes true, as one day might well do, red-handed I'll catch my thief. It's fancy vanity, but meanwhile I do my best and not take a moment's rest, patrolling the sandy land under big boss band. So if you've lots of nerve and resource, why don't you prove it and serve in the force? Then you could face up with laudable bravery to every case of disorder and knavery. Though this job has discomforts galore, we think it probable some may have more. So when the band starts to play its command, we obey, and in grand array we march away. So if you've lots of nerve and resource, why don't you prove it and serve in the force? Then you could face up with laudable bravery to every case of disorder and knavery. Though this job has discomforts galore, we think it probable some may have more. So when the band starts to play its command, we obey, and in grand array we march away. Yes, when the band starts to play its command, we obey, and in grand array we march away. Olé!
Mama, I think we've got to expect a little trouble.
Lola?
Yes, she may be planning to betray me. I tried to catch up with her, but I failed.
Betray you? Why would she? How can she? She knows nothing that Lopez doesn't already suspect.
Could she have any evidence that we don't know about? Something that could definitely connect me with this morning's holdup?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I begun to think that foolish police boss would never leave. Viva la revolution!
Mendoza! Well, if it isn't our old friend, the Rumba Rebel himself, how goes the fight for freedom?
Ah, magnifico, amigo. Magnifico. Any day now, El Presidente will be out. Kicked out on his fundamental.
Bravo for you! Hasta la Victoria!
To business, comrade, to business. The Americanos, they're here, am I correct?
You are correct, as always.
Me, Mendoza, I know everything. Where are the Americanos at this moment, sir?
Busy inside?
In the rooms. We've just taken the water. Twice.
Twice?
Well, my friend tripped the first time.
Well, they say they wanted to wash. I told them it wasn't Sunday, but...
Shh. You were wrong about one thing, old friend.
What?
They aren't carrying any money for El Presidente.
Wait! Hold your ponies. Don't jump to delusions. I have new information. It is not cash they bring, but a draft.
A draft?
A draft?
I don't feel any draft.
Not the draft you feel when I breathe down your neck. A draft in the Bank of Washington. An order to pay money, which is just as good as money.
A piece of paper?
Exacto. A piece of paper worth $1 million to El Presidente. These big business tycoons in America, they've thrown fat on us for years. Do you suppose they want a revolution to rob them of their oil wells and gold mines? No, no, no. Not sangrente likely. They wish for El Presidente to continue grinding on our faces.
Oh, now I see. I've been wondering what had happened to your face.
But these Americanos don't have any such piece of paper. We've been through their luggage with a fine-tooth comb.
You say there is no $1 million paper in their luggage? That is staggersome. Incredulous. Wait. Let me conjugate on the problem. Mendoza is nobody's lunatic. Wait. I What, the draft? No, the answer. This cunning Americano would realize that his luggage might be lost, searched, nicked.
It has.
Exacto. So what follows? You ask me, I tell you. This cunning Americano has the paper on him.
But Mendoza, I turned out his pockets and I got his wallet, and there was nothing.
This cunning Americano, he has mucho inteligencia. Like me. Would he keep the paper in a pocket or a wallet, which if a bandit dip into, nanka, he will have hidden it in his clothes, concealed in the lining of somewhere. You must search every stitch he is wearing.
Wait, we must search him?
Without him knowing, of course. We can't let the beans out of the bag before they're hatched.
But how can we search him without him knowing?
And why us anyway? This is none of our business. Unless, of course, you're willing to offer a percentage.
Aha! That's
What?
a thought. If we find this million, do we get a rake off?
Madre de Dios. What for would you want to rake off? You are all very well sold here here at El Rancho Grande. Do you need paying to do a little job for your patria?
Now, Commandante. We were only wondering what you had in mind.
All I have in mind is to get hold of that piece of paper. We simply must nip El Presidente in the works and make sure there is no deal with the Americanos. Viva la Revolution! Viva Mexico!
Viva Mexico!
Good. That is settled. How you find the paper, your business. You're very ingenuous, and needs must when the wolf is at the door. You're going to the Aztec ceremony tomorrow?
Why, yes, we're all going.
Good. You can pass the paper on to me during the ceremony.
No!
Excuse me, senorita?
Ramon must not go to the ceremony tomorrow.
But of course he must. Everybody goes to the ceremony.
Oh, please don't worry, darling. I'll have my men with me.
Of course. He'll be safe as Hacienda. Hasta la vista.
You're going?
Back to my brave soldados. Back into battle. And as we gallop away, once more the pampas shall ring to our rebel song, and to the glad shout of the peons as they scutter out of our way. Covered with dust, Mendoza rides again! La cucaracha, that's our catchy little song. La cucaracha, while we're galloping along. La cucaracha, you can hear it far and wide. La cucaracha, everywhere the rebels ride. But for the creature we have little feeling, and as a tune it might not mean a thing. It has a beat that people find appealing, and morning, noon and night we love to sing. La cucaracha, oh how thrilling it can be. La cucaracha, still the song for you and me, till our Mexico is free.
For peace shall not reign, while tyrants remain. They'll hear out.
La cucaracha, time and time again. La cucaracha, oh how thrilling it can be. La cucaracha, still the song for you and me, till our Mexico is free. La cucaracha,
Come to see
La cucaracha,
till justice
La
is
cucaracha, till the battle has been won. La cucaracha, we sing, that's our catchy little song. La cucaracha, we sing it while we're galloping along. La cucaracha, you can hear it far and wide. La cucaracha, everywhere the rebels ride. Now to the species we feel no devotion, and as a song it's not a work of art, but it unleashes fever pitch emotion, and right or wrong it got us from the start.
La cucaracha, la cucaracha. Oh, how pretty it can be. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. Still the song for you and me. Till Mexico is free. La cucaracha, la cucaracha, la cucaracha. Still the song for you and me. Till Mexico is free.
Capitan Lopez is here.
Lopez again?
Lopez.
It's time I started charging him rent.
Trouble, I think.
Why is...
You've got no time to get away. Into the house,
No,
quickly.
but the Americans...
They don't know you. Hurry!
Well, Lola, tell them what you told me.
It's only that
Come, girl, you weren't so hesitant a few minutes ago.
I found something at El Rancho Grande which belongs to her.
Something, therefore, which must have been stolen the hold-up. Brought here by the bandits.
See, perhaps. I don't know.
Show everyone what you found. To my darling Lucille, from her loving father.
Why, Lucille, it's your locket. Why, thank you, Capitan. I was wondering where I'd left it.
Left it. It was stolen from you during the hold-up by the bandits.
I assure you it wasn't. I was wearing it, very close to my heart, and your Zorro was far too much of a gentleman to have discovered it, let alone laid hands on it. No, I only took it off and put it down after we arrived here, as guests. I'm so grateful to you, Lola dear. You must let me reward you.
Don't tell me you're in league with these criminals already.
Watch it, Capitan! That sounded mighty like an accusation to me.
Forgive me, senor. There are times when my work is very frustrating. Good day to you, senor. And good day to you too, senorita.
What was all that about?
I'm so sorry, Ramon.
Not now,
As
Lola.
soon as I said it, I could have been.
I said not now!
All clear? No.
Excuse me, Migo.
Excuse-
I'd like you to meet our distinguished guest from the USA. This is Senator Vanders, his daughter Lucille, and his niece Alicia. This is our good friend Mendoza, who's just dropped by to order some chickens.
Senorita, I am overwhelmed to meet you. Do you know something? Me, Mendoza, I have never before set eyes on real life Americano. I am quite effervescent.
And I've never seen so much hardware on a civilian.
We live in dangerous times, senor. Every village soothing with rebels. A bandit hovering behind every cactus.
You're telling me.
With your vital ballistics, you'd be the man to run into Zorro.
Zorro? Always, everywhere, everyone talks of this, Zorro. It's a lot of hullabaloo. Who is this Zorro?
Not you for a start, senor.
He's hardly the right shape.
I agree with you, amigo. Zorro's overrated. He's only as strong as his weakest friend. Come now. All this talk is not entertaining for our guests. We Mexicans are a happy people, senor. We often spend our time singing.
What have you got to sing about?
Who cares what they sing about as long as they sing?
Come on, Uncle, it will raise your spirits.
Exactly. Me, Mendoza. I am construed to postpone my department until we've sung just one more canción. If we have guests, it is only right to entertain them. Is that not so?
Quite right, amigo. Let's show them that no one can sing a song better than we can. Down Mexico way! When this land was young and new songs were sung, new traditions they created.
No one's certain now when or why or how their ideas originated. Some with care to life and their charms to life in a truly curious way. Take the clappings on, it's a happy song we still love to sing today. Give her a rose for her hair, maybe a rose she will wear. Next you must ask her to dance, maybe she'll jump at the chance. Give her a rose for her hair, maybe a rose she will wear. Next you must ask her to dance, maybe she'll jump at the chance. Then as everyone knows, no word need be spoken, she bestows her love token. She's here, bearing the future with you. She'll share, so if you would be sure your love is requited, hope you'll soon be united. Transil dance with you, wearing your rose in her hair. Oh, the notion's great, we make no complaint, and the rule is still respected. If his love is true, then it's time he knew what response can be expected. How he really feel, gladly we'll reveal, if he honestly wants to know. It's the nicest way you and I can say, if he answers yes or no. Give her a rose for her hair, maybe a rose she will wear. Next you must ask her to dance, maybe she'll jump at the chance. Give her a rose for her hair, maybe a rose she will wear. Next you must ask her to dance, maybe she'll jump at the chance. Then as everyone knows, no word need be spoken, she bestows her love token. She's here, bearing the future with you. She'll share, so if you would be sure your love is requited, hope you soon be united. Give the love that you care for a rose for her hair.
Excuse me, senorita. What is it, my friend?
Don't forget, every stick. But be so conspicuous. We can't let him catch up.
I honestly don't see how it's possible.
But it's absolutely compulsory. Obligation. Necessitude is the mother of intent. You will find a way. Till tomorrow, at the ceremony. Hasta la vista, amigos. Viva la rip! Viva Campagna!
Hasta la vista! Ramon, if you meet that man tomorrow, I'm sure you'll be taking a terrible risk.
Please don't worry, darling. I'll be all right.
And I don't trust Lola anymore.
Trust me, my sweet.
Hey, Chief. Excuse me.
What is it, Pablo?
Chief. My friend Pepe has just had one of his thoughts.
What? Oh, later perhaps, Pablo. I've got quite a lot on my mind at the moment.
But it's about what you have on your mind at the moment that he's had his thought.
What do you mean?
Well, you know the task that Mendoza set you. Do you know? Okay.
Well,
Sorry, Racolito, would you mind if...
Oh no, not at all, of course not. If there's some dirty work you can do for the great Zorro, please, don't let me be in the way.
Racolita! Racolita!
Sorry if I kind of butted in, but this really is important.
All right, Pablo, out with it.
Well, Pepe's had the idea that if we arrange...
Well, ma'am, the simple life may be for some people. As a vacation, maybe.
But it's not for you, eh, Senator?
Well, it sure is for me.
I think Mexico's exciting, colorful.
Romantic. Who needs the big city? Or the noise and the people?
The crowds would terrify me. All the same, I'm sure that if you were here very long, you'd miss all these busy streets, and the bright lights, and the theatres.
Of course you would.
Don't you believe it? With a cactus against the moonlight for a backcloth, thrumming of guitars for atmosphere, and one of your best-looking caballeros for company, I'd settle for Mexico.
Senorita, Pablo's just had an excellent idea. We may not have any theatres in these parts, but we do have a circus, and we thought you and your family might like to see it.
A circus?
Well, yes, of sorts. We have to make our own entertainment in a place like this, so don't expect too much.
We'd like to see it very much, wouldn't we?
I'd love to.
Well, it will probably turn out to be a cockroach race, but I'll try anything once.
Good! We'll put on a special performance for you all. Spread out and make a little room, will you, everyone? All right, Pablo. Are you ready? Off you go!
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Mexico's fabulous traveling show in its favorite impresario. And if you'll allow him, he'll address you now. Come, Senor Pepe, take a bow.
Greetings and welcome, folks. This is my circus ring. Only small, but it's the greatest circus show of all. Topping the bill, we have by far the world's most thrilling circus star. A flea. A flea. A little flea. Federica.
There's Federico,
It's so chico.
so very chico.
My flea goes.
Where Fred the Flea goes,
That's where he goes.
'cause they're amigos.
Girls adore him.
They fallen for him,
Men uncool him.
we can't ignore him.
Crowding, swarming round my performing flea.
His fine performing flea. Fred the Flea is celebrated.
Terribly well educated.
So minute and frightfully fragile.
Cute and delightfully agile. For you, he'll do, say 5 or 6, quite new, amusing circus tricks. And now attention, everyone. Trick number 1.
Federico, there's Federico. He's so chico, so very chico. Okay, Freddy, your ladder's ready. Take it steady, that's very steady. 1 step, 2 steps, he started bouncing. 3 steps, 4 steps, we hope he's counting. Higher, higher, how we admire this flea. He's as clever as can be. We shall never, never see such a mammoth prodigy. Clever, clever little flea.
Come on, Freddy. Just 2 more and you're there. Ooh. Yes. Good boy. Now, come to Papa. 3, 2, 1. Jump. Excuse me, Senator. Could we have our flea back?